Racism is all around us. It's happening every day in communities big and small. And yes, right here in our own backyards. Tonight you'll meet a brave 16-year-old lacrosse girl who was recently the target of racism and chose to take a stand. And now she's using her voice to make sure others know it's not okay.
Can you see me past the texture of my hair or the color of my skin when it is bare?
They are words.
Do you see me as a girl or as a black girl?
Written from the heart.
Because I see you, not for what society has created, but as a human.
Of a 16-year-old girl in pain, still trying to make sense of the hate that stared her in the face.
My skin is not a weapon.
Lily Stegman will be a junior at Central High School in La Crosse this fall, but she's already working toward writing the next chapter in her life.
I want to go into 4 years of social work and then minor in psychology. And then on top of that, then I want to head on to law school and become a defense attorney. Stockholm Pie Company, this is Lily.
Like many teenagers her age,
Welcome.
Lily has a job making some extra money.
It's really nice. I get tips, which really help, and it helps me get closer to going to college.
She's living with her grandma for the summer
Is there anything I can do for you
and
guys?
working at a pie shop
Hey Cindy, how are you?
in the small town of Stockholm, Wisconsin, just outside of Pepin.
I do a little bit of everything. I help make cookies, I'll do the dishes, I'll help in the kitchen, I'll bust tables, make sure everybody's okay.
All right.
She serves up customer service with a smile, but a day on the job recently
Wow, like that really just happened.
took the glimmer out of her eye
I don't see race.
and showed that racism can take a seat at the table, even in a small town cafe.
I was busting tables and I felt like this guy just staring at me, and so he asked me, did I bust his table? And I said, yes, sir. Is there an issue? Did I miss a spot? Could I get you anything? And he kind of just looked at me in disgust and was like, you touched my table. And I was like, kind of puzzled, and I paused and I'm like, yes, but I have sanitizer and, I wear gloves. I'm not, I'm thinking it's COVID related. And then he just gets up, leaves the chair out and just grabs his woman and is like, I can't believe such a beautiful place hires people like you.
Those few words didn't need an explanation. Lily knew exactly what they meant.
At that moment, I kind of just froze and I was like, wow.
I think like any mother, you're angry. I initially was very angry, and that lasted for about 10 seconds or so. And then I switched gears into I was hurt because this person doesn't know her.
And I didn't understand because my skin is not a weapon. It's not something to be afraid of, and it doesn't affect my work ethic, or it doesn't limit my education, and it doesn't make me any different than anybody else.
Lily tried to brush it off as she finished up her shift. She went home that night without telling anyone what had happened.
I didn't want to start drama. I was like, it's a new work. I'm happy. I'm enjoying being where I am. The people are all so great. I don't want to come to this new little town and be the issue. And I didn't know how they would react. And the last thing I wanted was to be criticized. So I was like, no, I'm just going to deal with it and move on. My grandma didn't like that.
She's 16 years old, but she's not somebody that, is, 40, 50, 60 years that they've been battling racism. This was new to her and just kind of slapped her in the face with it.
Lily spent the night reflecting, the thoughts swirling in her head.
My heart is heavy and my shoulders are sore. Sore from constantly carrying worry and fear that I may not be accepted because of my skin.
She put her feelings into words.
I am 16. I work about 40 hours a week, graduating early, and a future defense attorney. But you are blinded by my skin.
I openly wept because it was so vivid and powerful.
Don't be afraid to speak, and it's important to speak, because if you don't speak now, then somebody later may never get that opportunity.
The owner of the Stockholm Pie Company quickly got wind of what happened and posted a message of support for Lily on Facebook, saying, "If you believe the way those folks do, do not set foot here. You are not welcome. She is not keeping silent, and neither will we. Lily, we got your back." So far, the post has reached thousands of people, far and wide.
To me, that was like a huge hug. Like, him telling me that I matter and not even knowing me that well meant so much to me. Feeling that support.
On a Sunday afternoon in this beautiful little pie shop along the Great River Road, racism reared its ugly head. And while Lily's spirit may have been broken, her will to stand up and speak out for those who come after her was not.
I can see you, but are you willing to see me?
Well, out of this hateful email came another good thing other than Lily getting the confidence to speak up. The owners of the Stockholm Pie Company created the nonprofit Lily Fund, where they're raising money to help Lily pursue her dreams of attending college and law school, as she wants to work with teens and young adults in prison who did not receive a fair trial. And Lily doesn't want to accept all of the donations on her behalf, so instead she is paying it forward. 50% of the donations to that Lily Fund will go to help other people that need a little extra help. We do have some information on how to donate on our website, news8000.com.